Hello, hello, hello. I'm a little bit early. Booms. Perfect. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing today? Let's see if we can adjust this some. There we go. Shed some light on the situation. Fabulous. I think we have 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a huge fan of chill hop. And I'm just gonna reblog my post, let people know we live. And share the link. Hopefully all of y'all are having an amazing Monday. If not, it's almost over. Marvelous. Gonna copy and paste a few things. This is so different from going live on Bigo, where it's like constantly people all the time, versus like me being by myself. But we could definitely get this started. Hi, y'all. It is your host, Tay of Good Morning Bay. And it's been so long since I've come on this channel. I think it's been about 3 or 4 weeks now. But I am so happy to be back with y'all and to be going live today. I'm a bit under the weather, so hopefully everyone can hear me and understand what I'm saying. But again, just very glad to be here. I've been planning this for forever, and I cannot wait to tell you about my channel. While I dig up my notes, let me just tell y'all about the week that I'm having. So this week has been amazing. First thing that's happening is I have my first public speaking engagement. For those that don't know, I am a full-time hairstylist, and I was asked by a colleague of mine to come speak at a local barbering institute here in Orange County. So I got a chance to connect with them live, and that was very, very cool. Huge career achievement for me. I've always loved public speaking. I've been to like Toastmasters for fun, all types of stuff. So that was just like super energizing for me. And it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And I'm just very grateful for the opportunity. So Annie, if you're out there and if you're ever watching this, thank you so much for being one of the first people to ever give me a speaking engagement. Very, very cool. Well, the topic of this live is actually how I got started and my origin story. And while I dig that up, this is like from a couple of years ago. This is my vision board, and I think this is from 2020. Yeah, this is for the year of 2020. And it was before me and my husband moved into our apartment. And it just has a few things that are just very near and dear to my heart on it. And basically, I just want to show y'all where my channel goes into my life. So over here in this corner is my hair business. Of course, you see me like making things like a manual and a little credit card because I'm trying to get me some business credit going. But I founded my LLC just this past year and just started filing taxes for my business, which is huge. So this is a really ambitious goal for, you know, a small 5-figure business that just is within its first few years of starting. But that was on my vision board. I think this is a picture of me like tipsy at brunch. And then the year for the word was nurture, with this really cute garden home. And the quote says, "She is more precious than rubies," Proverbs 3:15. Which just basically refers to wisdom and nurturing the wise in you. At the time I was living with family, so I really wanted a space where I could do my art, where I could have solitude, where I could gain wisdom and just connect with God. So that kind of symbolized the feel that I wanted. Of course, the car that I wanted. This is my current husband. At the time, we were just dating. He's always on my mind. This is actually kind of what our apartment looks like now, which is kind of crazy, minus the easel, but just very open layout. And I manifested that with this. I played the saxophone at the time. I was working at a school teaching cheer. I'm also a train dancer. So these are my cheer girls winning their first competition with the trophy. That's what that symbolizes. Always wanted to be on Crown Magazine. Finally, we get to this section of my channel. I had a small feature on an online publication called She Stories. So that's my little legs for my little feature in that article. But this is my YouTube channel with like, you know, how many subscribers I wanted on here. Of course, in Good Morning Bae Pink with my smiling face. But right now, my goal for my channel is to just learn why y'all are here, to learn what I have to offer, to showcase everything that I have to offer, and to forget about everything else. So, how did it start? As I mentioned, in 2020, I was living with family. 2019, 2018, 2017 were very, very rough for me. I had just moved back, I think in 2015. I had been traveling for 10 years. I'm a California native. That's what all of this gorgeousness is outside, good old Southern California. But I've never really grown up in predominantly Black communities, and Black community is extremely important to me. It's one of the pillars of this blog. I love my Chicano community. I love my Asian community. I love my European community, but I definitely wanted to find historically Black communities and connect there. So I went to New Orleans, I went to Washington, D.C. I lived there for 10 years, and I finally was ready to pay rent in California, which is what I feel like it all came down to. So before I came home, my sister-in-law was actually working at this. It's like a female broadcast channel. So basically, 3 of my friends had come together to make an independent radio channel. And they wanted me to be a part of it. They wanted me to host something. So I started looking through all the content I was seeing, and I was basically like not seeing anybody doing self-care in a scrappy kind of way, in like a bare bones type of way. And like, if I don't have designer goods or designer skincare, and if I'm just like a regular girl from the suburbs, how am I gonna have my self-care moment? How am I gonna make it feel like luxury? So for me, Good Morning Bae was an answer to the capitalism of self-care and just a way to bring back regular Black girlhood, regular Black womanhood, and that it doesn't have to be fancy or wrapped in a bow or come at a magnificent price point and be super expensive, that it can be heartfelt and sincere and loving and articulate and genuine and authentic and connect. And those were all things that I wanted to see. So that is why I started Good Morning Bae. Spotify had a contest. I entered Spotify's contest, was super excited, like was working a different job. I used to work in New Orleans at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, which was really exciting for me because I'm a lifetime musician. Also, I play alto saxophone. But this Good Morning Bae thing was like haunting me in the back of my mind. Something about it was offering a sense of freedom to talk about the unspoken, and instead of being entertaining, to be an artist, to talk about the walk and the journey and the process, instead of just trying to show a super polished, finished veneer of my 5 favorite skincare items for the week. So if you're just joining me, this is my origin story for how I even started this channel, for how it fits into my life. Started back in 2019 as a podcast idea. Fast forward, my friends helped me move. I think I packed up all my stuff in like a matter of days. I was not happy where I was at. I am just not the type of flower that flourishes in corporate environments. So finally moved back home, and this podcast was all I wanted to do. Talking about women's issues, talking about celibacy, abstinence, breakups, being gay, being broke, almost being houseless. I was California couch surfing for like 2 years. I didn't have a home. Got kicked out of my house, having beef with parents, all types of stuff that Black women were really, really shy to talk about. But these were very, very important stories. And I got, I guess like, not really that positive of feedback from most of my family. They weren't very supportive. They didn't want to like hear the hard-hitting stories or the things that I was basically filleting myself open for the world to know about me. They felt like it was an invasion of my privacy, and there's no reason to really talk about those things. There's a reason why people don't talk about those things. But as we all know, in communities of color, sometimes these hard to broach topics are the exact conversations we need, and someone has to start them off. And who better than somebody ready to put themselves on the front lines and in the hot seat? I felt like I was recreating the red table talk, but instead of talking about the headlines out there, I was talking about the headlines in my own life. Like, this is actually things that I've went through, things that I've gone through. So after that, we were rocking for probably about a year in that studio in Van Nuys. Every Saturday was making these episodes, an hour long, advertising the whole nine, rah, rah, rah. Talking about suicide, losing weight, losing hair, changing your perspective, cutting all your hair off, and just the empowerment that comes from being a woman on a journey. So after that, things did not end well with that podcast group. I still continue doing Good Morning Babe, but how can I put this tastefully? My friends were going through more than they could even say. They were dealing with mental health issues. They were dealing with feeling like they were all alone in certain things. They were dealing with financial crises. So they couldn't put as much into this dream project as they wanted to. But in my mind, that just was further persuading me that these are necessary conversations. Like, where would our channel, our podcast have been if we would have all stuck it out, if we would have all had these very real and serious conversations? So work is important. Having people you work with is very important, but also having people you can connect with and people you can be 1,000% authentic with is super important. I think that group disbanded in 2016, about a year later, and I kept posting. Like, I would think of ideas, I would find a time, I would scrounge together some change, I would sneak this, sneak that, like whatever I had to do to post a video and to make a video, I would do it. This has always been my life's passion, and it's been something that's kind of like chasing me. Like, there's, it is what it is. Thank you, friend. Yeah, just issues, yo. So I'm really glad that I stuck it out, and I'm really glad to be here with y'all today. Thank you so much for my viewer right now, my one viewer. I'll be doing this even if there were none of y'all. And there's another live previously where there are no viewers, but I'm still talking to the camera. Again, for those who just joined the live, I'm talking about the origin story of my YouTube channel. Now, this is how I knew that this thing was always gonna haunt me. There are certain things that will never ever leave you alone. Purpose, calling, destiny, fate, kismet, whatever word you wanna use for it. My thing was this: when I'm in love, I turn into a different person. Like, the energy's ramped up, I'm super positive, super hopeful, super hands-on. Like, all the couch potato in me is kicked out, and I'm just this adventurous, spontaneous person. So what was happening during a lot of these relationships, oh, thank you, yes. Make your vision boards. This year, I wanna make something different. I wanna make something more inspirational, but like I was saying, what basically happens when something's meant for you is it basically chases you. Like, this thing where I was in relationships and had all this energy or whatever, it would always be a matter of somehow I would find myself doing the same things in relationships. It's like I was subconsciously taking on this role of starting them a YouTube channel, editing their videos, making their avatars, telling them how to tag it, who to tell about it. And it was literally something that would not leave me alone. So for all of y'all that have that one thing that for some reason you can't help yourself but to do it, and you don't quite get paid for it, and you're not really sure why people always come to you asking for the XYZ, like, I'm here to tell you that is your purpose. It is definitely waiting for you to name how you want to use your magic and to put a price on it. But that was definitely mine, was video editing. I have a huge love for media, I have a huge love for content, and I wish that I could do this full time, but I'm not gonna wish anymore. I'm actually doing it, and I'm actually planning for it. So glad y'all are inspired by my journey, because I inspire myself as well. But yeah, that's pretty much how it all started. Like, even with other entertainers, and they had their channels, so whatever it took to keep going and to keep posting, I would do it. Like, I would get a job with whatever type of talent I needed to use. I do all types of stuff. I play the saxophone, I paint, I teach, I braid hair, I did these braids. Obviously, I do that full time. I've taught K through 6th grade, math fundamentals. Yo hablo español un poquito, en conversación, y escribo mucho bien, leyendo mucho bien. So it's whatever at the time that I have at my disposal, I'm gonna use it. And somehow it always comes back to being with people, always comes back to sharing with people. and connecting with people in a live space. So I know who's here. For the most part, hopefully, during this 5-day live series, people will find time and make time to be here. Here are some things that we can look forward to during this live series. What is this live series all about? Essentially, it's me spending more time with my channel, and it's also y'all taking a sneak peek into my life and what we're all about. Good Morning Bay is all about self-care. So for me, the focus this week is not only bonding with my community, but it's also nutrition. Why nutrition? Because nutrition affects every single aspect in your body. How you wake up, what you eat when you wake up, how you feel when you digest, when your body's on an empty stomach, affects your energy, it affects your hair, your nails, your skin, your sleep, your stress hormones. All of that is affected by nutrition. So one of my favorite things, besides blogging, besides art, is juice. Really random, but I love juice. Used to work at Jamba Juice. I think I've worked at 3 different Jamba Juice locations. Worked at Jamba Juice Victoria Gardens, worked at Jamba Juice DC in the Chinatown Gallery Mall stop, and worked Jamba Juice right there on Carondelet, South Carondelet in New Orleans. I believe that was the name of the street. It's by a dad dog, and it's uptown. That's all I remember. But juice is really, really important to me, so I'll be going over what I juice, why I juice, how it helps me. I love juicing apples, celery. My favorite thing, especially to create a menu, is to think about what I've been craving for the week. And when I think about what I've been craving for the week, like be it sweets or be it like protein or whatever, I try to think about ways to incorporate that into what I juice. It's easier than trying to eat your fruits and veggies. It's easier than trying to remember. And we've all had this moment as adults, it pains me to say, where we look into the crisper and we look into those drawers and the refrigerator, and all the fruit and the salad and the cilantro and the parsley and everything is just gone wilty because we told ourselves, of course I'm gonna get to it, and then we never got to it. So we're not doing that this week. We're gonna focus on self-care. We're gonna be juicing. I'm prepping today, talking to y'all today is the intro to my channel and letting y'all know what we're all about. Our pillars being Black community, being Black womanhood, being self-care, and taking an anti-capitalistic, Afrocentric, Afro-modern approach to real life self-care and what that looks like in real time. So yeah, we're kind of coming up on 20 minutes. We're gonna go live for probably another 13. And that's it. That's gonna wrap it up. I won't be before you long. So would love to know where y'all are from, where y'all are visiting from, how you found my channel. Tell me about yourself. I'm an open book. Another thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around, another talent that I have, is I'm really, really great at giving life advice. It doesn't matter what you're dealing with, who it's with, what the end game is. For some reason, I am just like people's go-to. I'm the Joan Crawford of all the circles that I'm in. Like, people want to tell me about themselves. I have no judgment. I love hearing about people. It's one of my favorite things about Tumblr is the anonymous feature. Everyone should have a safe place where they know that they're not being judged, where they can come and be real and authentic, and they can talk about things that are maybe uncomfortable to talk about. So if you're looking for a place to just spill your heart and not your face and identity, you can go to goodmorningbay.com/ask. Or as soon as you go to goodmorningbay.com, there's a little yes right below my face with a question mark. You can click that and you can talk to me. I talk back, I don't bite. I'm always grateful to hear from y'all. I think it's an honor to even be included in people's lives, that they even take time to speak with you. I think a few of my favorite anons are definitely the ones who circle back throughout I've been on Tumblr for like 10 years. So my favorite anons are definitely the ones who circle back and tell you like, hey, you encouraged me to go to nursing school, or hey, you helped me get over a really bad relationship. Thank you so much, or thank you for being there, etc., etc. So even if it's not that deep, like I appreciate a hello, everyone appreciates a hello. Yes, I'm still on Tumblr. I heard it was like a dated thing. Like, who does Tumblr anymore? Nobody does that. I do that. I'll still be there. Maybe it's the nostalgic, homebody in me, but I love to settle in. I love to settle in on a good app, and Tumblr has definitely always been my app of choice. She keeps it spicy. She keeps it different. She keeps it very alt, and she always keeps me on my toes, which I appreciate. Doesn't move as fast as Twitter, which I also appreciate, and is even more and somehow slightly less vain than Instagram. Don't know how to explain. But anyways, shout out to all my Tumblr people who have been on since the early 2000s. We 30 now, y'all. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? All them memes, all that Dipset and the Laffy Taffy and all the jerking, and here we are, paying bills. We on people's juries now. We doing jury duty. Like, this is crazy. We really, I know people got kids now, and I don't watch y'all, pull thirst traps in the middle of the night and get drunk on the dashboard. So it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the internet. And if y'all have social media handles, and if y'all go live, and if y'all have channels, please do not hesitate to let me know. I love watching other people's content. I love subscribing to other people's stuff. So y'all can sprinkle that down in the comments. I'm actively reading them as we go. Other places you can find me, Bigo. I love me some Bigo because people can send gifts. My Bigo handle is Good Morning Bay TV. Tumblr, of course, we already said. goodmorningbay.com. My Tumblr pops up. IG at Good Morning Bay TV. That's it, folks. I will be back tomorrow afternoon. And then Wednesday, the time is at 4. Don't forget that. Mark that in your calendars. Times are 4 on Wednesday. All the times are in PST and EST. I might create a poll to ask y'all which art I should do live. Like, should I do a live where I'm painting? Should I do a live where I'm playing saxophone? Should I do like a live dance lesson? Should I do like a live hair lesson? So let me know. Let me know which one you would like for me to draw from. I think before I've done on here is like quick painting too. Like, I've actually asked somebody to cam up and I literally would just like draw their portraiture. That was super fun. We can have games, whatever y'all like. Yeah. Oh, and then before I leave, let me show y'all what I'm reading. Being a very, what is it called? Autodidactic, when you teach yourself. I'm a book nerd and a bookworm. This is one of my favorite ones ever. This is my well-loved copy. Judge your mama, don't judge my books. Yes. Thank you. I see you, Lindsay. And I love you always. So this is one of my favorite books. We're going to have a reading rainbow moment. This is called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Why a black choice? Because the original copy was all Eurocentric examples of millionaires. And this is all Black and African diasporic examples of early millionaires in America and the qualities that they had that helped them to make it above and beyond financially, socially, and all those things. Amazing book. The original version's by just Napoleon Hill, but this one's edited by this man here, Dennis Cambro. They have a version for Latino people. It's called Think and Grow Rich, a Latino Choice. And I think that's it. Wish there was a Pacific Islander or an Asian version. That would be dope as well. But for people looking for a new read, this is an amazing book. My favorite page is page 100 because on page 100, it literally shows you the recipe for motivation. I've had this book for like 6 years now, and this is something that I constantly come back to. Recipe for motivation. And I repost it all the time, but it's a great quote to exit on. It says, fueling desire and how to stay motivated all the time. Remember, anything you fear and dwell upon will manifest in your life. Poverty, ill health, criticism, or love. There is nothing more important than learning the art of keeping your mind focused upon the things, conditions, and circumstances in life that you really want. So here are 10 essential elements that will fuel your motivation. 1, develop the right mental attitude. 2, aspire to something greater than yourself. Develop a magnificent obsession. 3, possess a futuristic outlook. Take the long-range view and release the past. 4, develop deep personal integrity. Be someone that you can admire. 5, accept total personal responsibility. This is like the hardest thing for me. Remain in complete control all times. Do not be manipulated by people or events. Operate on a personal timetable. 6, edify and affirm others. Remember, nothing is greater than love. 7, be grateful, not critical. Develop an attitude of gratitude. 8, select your friends with care. Minimize people dependency. If you dominate your associates, there's no way for you to expand or grow. 9, do it now. Decide what habits or changes you wish to alter in your life. Make those changes and never let an exception occur. 10, look for mentors. Mentors who are larger than life expand us. Mentors in a different field broaden us, and deceased mentors inspire us. This book does an amazing job, and like, really, I'd credit all of my business, all my business to success within the first few years to what's written in this book. It tells you how to price things. It tells you how to start cheap, how to be grassroots about it. It tells you how to connect with people. It tells you, it breaks down every single point of motivation, how to develop your magnificent obsession, everything. Like all the tools, the tricks, the accessibility, the simple steps. This book held my hand. Like, y'all looking for somebody to hold your hand, this book gonna hold your hand. Love a good handhold. And the other book that I don't have with me, but I will literally be doing a series about, is called Think and Grow Rich. No. We touched this book we just did. It's called The Artist's Way Every Day. And that is by Julia Cameron. Yeah, Julia Cameron wrote The Artist's Way Every Day. She has a regular, it's about yay big. I'd say about 250, 300 pages. And then she has another one where it's actually a workbook. And I started it. I did the first 3 weeks of the program, and then I fell off. But I thought it'd be really cool for this channel, especially because one of our pillars is journeys, is the empowerment of going through a journey, is to journey with y'all and do the book with y'all. So it's gonna be us and The Artist's Way. Not this week, but we're gonna start that next week. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for everyone who stayed during my entire live. We're rounding up on 26 minutes, but low-key, I don't have nothing else to discuss. I would just like to say a big shout out to India.Arie for getting her music back on Spotify. What she's done, basically standing up for discrimination and for Black artistry, has not gone unnoticed by me. So big ups to India.Arie, definitely a Black history moment. And also to LA's first Black mayor. She has delivered on her promises immediately and is addressing the homelessness crises in LA. There are different perceptions about that, and there are different people who literally grew up right there on Skid Row, and that's their home. So hopefully she has the grace, the knowledge, the wherewithal, the connections to somehow outfit them with another solution, because I believe she either said, y'all are going to this hotel, or we're just gonna steamroll through the whole neighborhood and just throw everything in the trash. So y'all pray for LA. When you think about California, just pray for LA. It's a beautiful day. We got beautiful weather, but times is definitely challenging. Times is definitely challenging. Hopefully everybody is doing really great. I hope all y'all are exercising as best nutrition as you possibly can. Reaching out to friends, reaching out to community, connecting with people, being genuine, being authentic, being unashamed of your journey, knowing that someone else will be inspired. I will see y'all tomorrow afternoon, and the next afternoon, and the afternoon after that, and the afternoon after that. And then, after this series is done, y'all see me every morning. Y'all get them Tuesday morning videos. And the other times y'all get reels, I'll be at work. All of my socials are on my page. Love y'all. Thank you for coming to my live. Have a great day.